many of you believe that when you cram, your brain cells work perfectly? Like when it's only hours or minutes before your speech. Anyone? Thank you. But how many of you also believe that when you put your mind into anything, you can do it regardless of the time? Ladies and gentlemen, that is what Toastmaster Sai reminded us today. Not to cram, particularly when it comes to our speeches. And I believe that Toastmaster Sai did not procrastinate in writing this speech because this is a well-written speech. Let me evaluate you, Toastmaster Sai, using content, organization, and delivery. I love your content because it's very relatable for all of us Toastmasters in this room or for everyone who is into public speaking. You also had your facts and details, and you even showed us everything through your visual aids. By that, I must say, in the very beginning of my speech, that you passed level 3 of your project, and that is research and presenting. If I would give you a grade, it would be 99%. So congratulations. It's also very organized in a way that you had your 3 points. So you also used the power of three. And you were really able to make us feel that you researched on this and you spent hours preparing that speech. Thank you so much for really taking time because in doing that, you make us feel like Toastmasters is really important for you. Thank you, Toastmasters side. Now, how can I help you improve? You said in your speech that there is a cycle of inspire, motivate, and act. With your speech, I was inspired to also write my speeches because I admit that I don't write my speeches anymore. You also motivated me, and in turn, I would like to also inspire and motivate you to act and do something for you to level up your speech further. And I would be focusing more on your delivery with that. I can say that you don't have any problems with your intonation because you already have the ups and the lows of your speech. If there is anything I would like you to improve, that is your vocal variety, particularly your volume and your pauses. There were instances when I felt like you sounded a bit monotonous for me because the rhythm is the same. So maybe sometimes you could go fast. Sometimes you could go fast, sometimes you could go slow, sometimes you could also go low or loud. It depends on the emphasis of what you're trying to say. For example, when you mentioned about inspire, motivate, and act, you can say, what do we do when we don't know what to do? Look at the cycle. Get yourself inspired, motivated, and act. In that way, you don't just play with your rhythm and your volume, but also your pauses. It's also very important that you pause for emphasis. Also, I was hoping I could hear from your personal story. Was there a time when you crammed or procrastinated in writing your speech? When was that time? Because I cannot recall listening to your
Hello.
speech that
Hello
sounded
po.
like
Actually,
that
actually,
sounded that sounded
actually,
like you did not
hello po.
prepare for it.
Actually,
Yes.
this speech is crammed po.
Oh,
I purposely crammed it po.
well, it's
The,
not
the, the
obvious.
Adrian can it, attest to it.
Well, then you are the greatest crammer and pretender, Sai, in that case. But that is a mark of a true Toastmaster. Even if you don't have time, you get or you grab the opportunity to speak and to learn. Thank you, Sai. Last but not the least, of course, I would like to commend your organization. You did not just use the power of three, you also had a striking introduction that made me thinking, of the 10 speeches I delivered, I only prepared one, and that is my icebreaker speech. Thank you for reminding me that I also have to work on my future speeches because I am stagnant on my level 3. I have to move on to level 4. Thank you, Sai. But the best thing that I really loved about your speech is this. There are two types of speeches. One appealing to the mind and the other one appealing to the heart. But your speech appealed to both. Thank you. And I must say that you passed this with flying colors. Congratulations, Toastmaster Sai. Back to you, Toastmaster Mel.